First of all, welcome to Finland. This is not your first time here. You've been here like for 1 or 2 times?
Yes, I've been here a few times before. I think maybe 4 times. We were here in August for the Aikanaan festival, so we had a very good time there, so it's nice to be back for my own show.
Yeah. It's so nice that it's so easy to recognize that you come from Scotland. How does this Scottish feeling feel in your music, or how, is it the Scottish music?
I don't think it is, but because where I come from, the country, is something I'm very passionate about, and I'm very patriotic. I think that subconsciously that will come across in my music, but I'm not specifically writing songs about that. But I think it will come across somehow. But you wouldn't listen to my music and think it sounds typically Scottish, but there's probably something in there somewhere hidden.
How do people in Great Britain, how do they categorize? Is it so that there are Scottish music and Welsh music and English music, or is it only British music inside Britain?
I don't think they really categorise at all. I think just music, anything's allowed to kind of come through, which is good. So there's nothing really classed as Scottish music, although you would get, if you got traditional music, if you had bagpipes, or if you had the kind of Highland country songs, then that would be classed as Scottish. But like all your kind of pop and me and things like that is all kind of just bunched together.
You started your music career by yourself. I mean, is it really true that there was nobody teaching you to play?
No, I was inspired by going to a festival in the Park in Scotland, and just seeing all the bands performing just to me looked like such good fun, and I thought I'd love to do that. So I went home and I started to teach myself to play guitar, and then started to write songs, and that's where it all came from, really.
And it all came because of your father's guitar, or did you have a guitar of your own?
Well, I used a guitar that my dad had initially, and then he bought me one of my own when I was able to start playing it a little bit, so I had my own guitar, and then I started writing songs after that.
I was reading that you were playing in pubs and restaurants when you were like 15 years old.
Yes.
How is it possible for that young girl to play in a pub?
I've never been nervous about getting up and singing in front of people. I get very excited by it, so for me it was great, and there was so many different people doing it, and people that were obviously a lot older than me, but they were very supportive, and it felt like a little club when you'd go to open mic nights, and the usual faces would always be there, and it felt cool to be part of that, and people were always very encouraging.
You have made your career by yourself. There's been no idols or pop star competitions. How do you see those people that come to the music career from those competitions?
For me, I love to be a pure performer who does everything. So I love to have written my own songs. I love to have been on stage and sang live and play the guitar. So I could never go on one of them shows because that's not really what it's about. But there are loads of people that aren't interested in writing or playing an instrument, and they just want to sing, and that's totally fine. So it's cool that there's things like that for them to go on, and programmes that allow people who just want to sing to be noticed. But it wouldn't be for me. I'm much happier doing it this way. I feel I've achieved a lot more, and have a lot more control over what I do, and I like to write my own songs. I think that it would be difficult to sing songs that you didn't write yourself, because you couldn't put any emotion into it, because you don't actually know what it's about. You don't know how you felt when it was being written. So for me, it's easier when you write your own songs.
You made 2 albums. Which of them, the first one or second one, in which of them did you have more pressure in making it?
I didn't have pressure in either of them, which is very fortunate. I mean, with the first album, I wrote most of the songs when I was at school, when I didn't even think that it would be on an album, so I had no pressure for that one. And the second one, I thought there would be pressure, but fortunately I work with such a great group of people that they just know to just leave me to get on with it, because I just think it's detrimental if you have a million people breathing down your neck saying where are these songs, because that doesn't help anybody, and fortunately I never ever had that.
There are millions of people who bought your albums and listen to your music, but there may still be some who have never heard about you.
Yes.
Give them a reason why should they listen to your music?
I think I'm very unique. I don't think I really sound like anything else out there. I'm probably one of the few people who write their own songs, and I think my songs are catchy and upbeat, and I think that they'll get even the hardest of people tapping their toes and humming along, so I think they should all go out and buy it.
Oh, that was good. Thank you so much.
No problem, thank you.